Hi, my name is Cross Edwards. I am from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, but I'm currently living down in Lynchburg, Virginia. I'm currently a residential student at Liberty University, but I'm going to be taking this online class. My hobbies that I like to do, I am currently on the Liberty University men's volleyball team, so that takes up a lot of my time and is honestly a lot of fun. If you haven't played volleyball, I would definitely recommend it. My family, I have 3 other siblings. I have an older sister who's actually a Liberty grad right now. She's an interior design major. She just finished up last spring, actually, so she's been done for almost a year now. My younger sister is also a Liberty student. She's a sophomore right now working on her digital media degree. And I have a younger brother who's also actually in 8th grade, finishing up back in Pennsylvania at North Middle School. My parents are actually both Liberty grads. They met here back in 1988, actually. So my father is a lawyer, and my mother's actually a school teacher. So she just started that up after being a stay-at-home mom for years. So she's happy to be back in the workforce now. As myself, I am a junior here at Liberty University, a residential student, and I am a Bachelor of Aeronautics Commercial Corporate. To simplify that, I'm just a pilot. That's what I'm pursuing my degree in. As you can see in the back, I have the Liberty Cessna. That's the aircraft that we use in the back. And as career aspirations, I'm actually going to be working for Piedmont Airlines in the future, which is this aircraft right here. Piedmont is owned by American Airlines, so I hope to eventually move up to American Airlines when I eventually move back to the Philadelphia area. So yeah, that's basically a little bit about myself. What I hope to learn is how to communicate better, especially as a pilot. People love transparency, especially when you're up in the cockpit, and I hope to do that, especially when I'm on the PA system, to help ease my passengers and just to help them, again, have a smooth flight. And that's exactly what I'm looking for. So yeah, those are my plans, and that's what I hope to learn from this class. As a life-changing story, or advice that I received one time. Before I actually became a Liberty student, I remember I actually just wanted to be a lawyer. I remember talking to my dad, being like, "Dad, I want to be a lawyer. That's what I want to do. I want to find a school where I can fully focus on that aspect." So my dad said, "Okay, you can do that." But I remember him saying again, like, "Hey, you'd probably be a good pilot." But I'm like, "Yeah, I don't really want to do that. That doesn't seem like something I want to do." Fast forward a little bit, I was on a youth retreat up in the northern Pennsylvania area. It was about 4 hours from the Philadelphia area. And I was with my youth group, and I remember I had to get back for a volleyball tournament. And so my dad had somebody had an IOU for him, so he actually sent up a little tiny something called a Piper Seminole, which is a twin-engine aircraft, small one. And he had it sent up, and he had to come pick me up. Again, I didn't want to be a pilot at this point, but I was like, "Oh, this would be pretty cool. I might like something like this." So I remember hopping in the aircraft, and it was a huge snowstorm was rolling in. So I remember that specifically. Hopped in the aircraft, we started flying back, and we were dodging clouds. It was turbulent, it was cold up there, and it was honestly got a little dangerous. Not dangerous enough that we were going to be anything worse, but if we did fly into a cloud, that could have led to something more dangerous. So as myself, I'm a very cautious person. I was getting sick up there and a bunch of other stuff, so it wasn't a good first flight. But I remember after finally touching down and me like getting out of the aircraft, kissing the ground, being like, if I'm going to fly again, I want to be the pilot in command. So after that story, I eventually changed myself over to aviation, and that's when I started finding schools that had aeronautics programs. That's when I eventually went to a school called St. Francis University up north, and I picked that based on sports, and they had a small aviation program. I would tell everybody not to pick a school based on sports because that won't be the future. And like I said, now I'm set up to work at an airline in the future, and now I have this job at the School of Aeronautics right now building ours. So yeah, that has been my life-changing event. Again, it was a very good time in my life. I'm very happy that my father talked me into it, and eventually he got me into love aviation. So yeah, that's my life story right there, and that's a little bit about myself. So thank you very much for listening.